talk about a couple of things that we're paying attention to this week. You'll notice that there's only two of us this time. So, hi Jen in DC. Enjoy the family time.
Yes.
And so, Danielle, one of the things that I wanted to talk about, what we've been dealing with, is so we've got a client. They're an independent practice, and there's a hospital that's moving in basically to their doorstep. Mm-hmm. And so we found out about this last week, and I think we've had 3 meetings so far?
Yeah, at least 3 meetings.
Just got off a call with them, and it's interesting. So we're developing like a short-term and a long-term strategy. So the short-term is basically like, let's make sure we have a little window of time before we know that the hospital's going to come and spend like a lot of money.
Right.
So short term, what are we going to do to sort of increase name recognition, and how are we going to do that without having to take out loans and blow up the bank basically? Yeah. So we're working on that now, and then long term, we're talking like 3 to 5 years. We're looking at like every element of how this practice runs, and so that's administration, it's operations, how they hire, how they fire, how they communicate, what patients like actually think of them, which I think is a really cool exercise, because we always sort of assume we know, and we just sort of like tell the message that we think people want to hear, but we don't really ever ask them. So it's a really cool opportunity, not only for us to find out like what patients in this particular demographic are saying, but I think it'll help all of our clients, because we're going to be able to take this knowledge back and say, well, you may think that you're positioned XYZ, but it's actually totally different. We heard it like straight from the horse's mouth. So
yeah, I think what you said too, it's definitely a big learning opportunity for us too, and I think the word strategy is important, because it's easy to think of little tactics like, oh, we should buy this out, or we should spend here, we should spend there. So it's not tactics, it's like a complete strategy, like take a step back and like look at everything. Right. So I think that's just a learning opportunity across the board for us and for our client. Yeah,
and then there's definitely like, you are going to have to spend money for sure, because if you want to increase brand recognition, name awareness, there's only so much you can do sort of without spending some money, but it's about spending money in the right ways and in the right places, and then having that right message too, which is why, like what we were just saying, it's kind of important to like know what the perception is and what people are actually saying, rather than just assuming, because you could buy, like you said, like print ads and radio ads and talk about your doctors, but does anybody really care? Would they rather see a patient, which is how we always try and market it. It's like, let's focus on the benefits and the results, but maybe they would rather see the doctors, or maybe they would rather see like a before and an after, or whatever the case may be. So it'll be interesting. So that's what I've been dealing with the past couple of days. How about you?
Yeah, so I'm excited to see kind of what transpires with all this. I read an interesting article this morning. Facebook is changing their algorithm again, shocker. But this one is actually interesting, because they're addressing sensational health claims. So these kind of miracle cures or overly exaggerated results. So obviously this relates to us for the medical field, and kind of how you're portraying your results or your patient stories on Facebook. Right now, their kind of goal is to minimize health content that is sensational or misleading. Right now, it says that they want to focus on posts that are trying to sell products that have all these health-related claims, buy this and you're going to instantly lose 100 pounds, things that are sensationalized.
Are you old enough to like know snake oil, like a snake oil salesman? Have you ever heard that
No,
before?
I actually heard you say that yesterday, and I was like, yeah, cool, Corey.
Yeah. So it's like when someone tries to sell you something, but it's sort of like fake. It's like they used to like travel around in like these little like get-ups. They would get out and stand up on the soapbox and say like, this potion or whatever will make you like 6 feet tall. Just put like 2 drops on your head in the morning. Like, it's not like an actual thing.
Right.
So is that like what they're trying to?
Yeah. Okay. So for the most part, pages shouldn't have too much to worry about if, like a lot of what we do with our clients
are
like legitimate patient stories sharing their experience. But if you say that, doctor's going to do back surgery and you're going to do a backflip the next day, that might be a sensationalized claim. So just something to pay attention to. Facebook's always changing their formulas, and so just another thing to
And I would imagine too, this probably would affect maybe not so much like medical practices, but you know, like some people that work in medical practices, they have like a side hustle, right?
Yeah.
And they like they're part of those like nutrition shakes and like those kinds of things. Like I wonder if those businesses are going to be really affected.
That's what I would imagine, and I think it's more like product sales based as well. So I mean, a medical office is more like a service based rather than like order this product online and it's going to change your life kind of thing. So it'll be interesting to see how that affects. And
it's funny too, like as they're going through and making these changes, I wonder if they're related to the fact that like as of right now, like 2 minutes ago, right? Like the Facebook is broken. Like none of the images are working on Instagram
Facebook
too.
and Instagram. So it's like those like broken image things where it's like the little green background of a broken image. So that's happening on Facebook and then Instagram because it's connected to Facebook. So you're probably experiencing that as well.
I wonder if that has anything to do with the algorithm
maybe
changes.
Just shut it all down.
Let's unplug Facebook and plug it back in, and then we'll see if it
fixes that's something we've been dealing with in the last week is just the internet and technology in general. Point. We're saying, is there solar flares?
Google Calendar was down, Google Drive was down, Facebook is down, Instagram is down.
Happy 4th of July. Let's just go.
Yeah, maybe the internet just checked out early for 4th of July. Speaking of checking out, I think we're going to do that and start our meeting.
Yes.
So, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, next week we'll be with Jen.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll send us a selfie in front of the White House.
That would be awesome.
That would be super cool.
So, Jen, if you're listening, send us a selfie.
Yeah, cool.
All right.
See you guys.
Bye, guys. Thank you.